The legal troubles for Hunter Biden keep piling up. The first son indicted by a California grand jury late yesterday. Hunter now facing 9 tax fraud charges, including 3 felonies, meaning we have come a long way from the president's claims that his poor son never did anything wrong.
I have never discussed with my son or my brother or anyone else anything having to do with their businesses, period. And it turns out he did not do a single thing wrong, as everybody's investigated. Look, my son did nothing wrong at Burisma.
I think he did.
I'm confident.
All right, so these charges coming on top of the federal gun case in Delaware, where Hunter lied on a federal form when he was buying a gun back in 2018. If convicted, he could face up to 17 years in prison, on top of the 25 years that he's already facing for that Delaware gun case. Special counsel David Weiss accusing Hunter of taking part in a 4-year scandal from 2016 to 2019, where he didn't pay taxes on nearly $1.5 million of income, and no one knows where he got the money. Where'd all that money come from? We do know how he spent it, though, on drugs, escorts, girlfriends, luxury hotels, rental properties, exotic cars, clothing, in short, everything but his taxes, including $683,000 for, quote, various women, whatever that means, and over $20,000 on paid porn websites. All this while claiming that he couldn't afford child support for his daughter living in Arkansas. Her mother had to drag Hunter into court to get a blood test done to prove that Hunter was, in fact, the father. He was. The indictment even pointing out that Hunter laid out a lot of the evidence that the special counsel used in the indictment, black and white, in his book called Beautiful Things. Turns out they weren't so beautiful. So let's go back to 2018. Hunter's in California. His dad's in that 4-year limbo where he wasn't vice president and he wasn't running for president yet. And Hunter is living like an absolute king, surrounding himself with an entourage of thieves, junkies, dealers, strippers, con artists, assorted hangers-on, and then invited their friends and associates to join in on the Hunter fun. And all that came directly from Hunter's book, Beautiful Things. And you might be asking yourself, well, why wasn't Hunter charged with all this stuff 5 years ago when Weiss first started investigating? The narrative is out there now that if Hunter's last name isn't Biden, he never gets charged for this stuff. But now it's crystal clear. If his last name wasn't Biden, Hunter is charged for this stuff 5 years ago, just like everybody else would be. And look how fast they charged Paul Manafort. Remember that? The new charges also come just months after Hunter almost got the sweetheart plea deal of the century that basically would have given him broad sweeping immunity from all future prosecutions. Imagine that. But the agreement by Hunter's team in the DOJ fell apart after IRS whistleblowers blew the lid wide open on the whole thing and called out for the very first time the efforts by Daddy's DOJ to protect poor drug-addled Hunter. And they reminded us just how far the government is willing to go to cover all of this up. Take a listen.
Hunter and his associates provided access for wealthy foreign individuals located in Ukraine, Romania, and China in exchange for money to enrich a well-known political family, of which Hunter Biden failed to file his tax returns timely as required by law and allegedly willfully filed false tax returns with the IRS. At the end of the day, it appears that the Department of Justice attempted to sweep everything under the rug.
The Department of Justice has provided no documents that refute our claims or support theirs. Before you listen to one more person say there is, quote, no evidence, unquote, I simply ask that you access the publicly available documents and see for yourself if there is evidence that DOJ allowed politics to affect the Hunter Biden investigation.
As for Joe Biden, who has, again, repeatedly claimed that he didn't have anything to do with Hunter's business and never talked to him about it, it was a lonely walk across the White House lawn as he departed for Las Vegas earlier today with reporters shouting questions. Watch.
Any comment on any charges against your son, Mr. President? Have you called Speaker Johnson on the border in Ukraine funding, Mr. President?
Such a natural, youthful gait. The president can likely expect a whole lot more of this to come. The media, even places like CNN and MSNBC, can't cover up for him anymore. And this might be the first step in the effort that's already underway to get Joe Biden out and get somebody else on the Democratic ticket before next November.